Hello and welcome to game 6 against terracubist. Here's our last kingdom for the match. We have some draw and actions in Lost City. We have a little troublemaker here as well in Cardinal. Plus buys only in Charm, so that seems important to get at some point. Trashing is weak. Trashing is only from Necromancer being played as the Mason. And then you have to hope that you hit coppers and estates instead of other things in your deck. So we'll see how this pans out. There's also some actions on drawing crossroads. You probably want to think about treasure maps. It really wasn't clear to me what to do here. It seemed like get as many lost cities as possible and then think about what to do, really. Capitalism was an idea as well. Capitalism works well with our troublemaker Cardinal. You can just spam a lot of them from your hand. Cargo ship as well. Death Cart as well goes there on the capitalism. So on the opening, one of these opens has to be cargo ship. It could even be double cargo ship. That's fair. That's reasonable. But we both open the same way here, which is cargo ship and necromancer. The cargo ship, I think that's fairly straightforward. You know, you get to put something nice into the cargo ship. If you see it early, that's ideal. You get to shape your first shuffle in a way that you could probably hit 5 if you organize your cards properly. So cargo ship for them, cargo ship for me, necromancer for them, and I follow them on the necromancer because I didn't know what to do. And I figure following them isn't the worst thing in the world. They obviously came up with that brilliant innovation play last game, so you know they clearly know how to play the game, unlike me. Alright, self-deprecation aside. Turn 3 cargo ship is good for terracubist. They get a lost city on this turn, I believe, and they put that into their cargo ship. Very good turn 3 for them. I get the extra card, of course. The necromancer and the cargo ship collide here. That's okay. That's not the worst thing in the world, honestly. If they came separately, then I could have tried to trash a little bit with the necromancer, but can't do that here. I'd rather play the cargo ship. So there's some chance that I miss 5 from this hand, in which case I would probably get another cargo ship and put that into the cargo ship in play. We'll see what happens after we get the extra card from the Lost City. Yeah, terracubist spent some time thinking. I'm not sure what they were thinking about. It's probably between Charm and Lost City. But I think you do want to gain like 2 or 3 Lost Cities before you gain a Charm. And Charm, okay, is more valuable as plus buy here, honestly. Gaining 4s could be good. Village Green and Necromancer, but I don't know. We'll see. So we do miss 5 here, which actually took some effort because we got an extra card from terracubist's first lost city, and we find all 3 estates. Hooray for that. I choose to discard that copper there. I could have kept it because I know that there are 5 coppers on top of the deck. I can buy a lost city. I discard it because I was buying another cargo ship. I would store that cargo ship in the first cargo ship. I would hit 5 anyway. Let's take the cycling. So terracubist, they do something interesting here. They do not play their lost city. Instead, they play their necromancer to trash. Look, I understand you want to trash, right? But I don't know if you should have foregone the lost city play there. I mean, maybe they knew they had 2 estates on top of the deck, right? In which case, I could see that. I could see that play being more valuable in that case. If they knew they had 2 estates on top of the deck, then this is better. The estate gets converted into another cargo ship, mind you, and they take a silver, not a 3rd cargo ship. Alright, so here's my 2nd cargo ship. Gets me up to 5. put the Lost City in the cargo ship. Second cargo ship for terracubist. I get my Lost City in play, cargo ship, I mason off an estate. Now, I could gain a silver with that, but I choose to do something different. I take a crossroads instead. It looks bad. Maybe it is bad, but it may be able to draw. And in combination with the Lost City, the crossroads are not bad. It is not bad. And this is also with a little eye out to our troublemaker friend here, the Cardinal. Crossroads and the estates are all immune from the Cardinal attack, so if we get into the Cardinal, this is worth it. If not, I think it still works well with the Lost Cities. Okay, and I don't think I need the money from the silver. I have the 2 cargo ships. I have a couple Lost Cities now, so I should be hitting 5, barring some freakish draw. Plus, we're giving each other cards, you know. Hitting 5 is not a big deal. Okay. So Lost City for terracubist. We have 2 each, right? We have 2 each. So far, I've followed terracubist almost exactly. The only difference is I have a crossroads, they have a silver. They mason out another estate from their deck. I imagine they have to be happy about that. And they actually remind me here that you could choose to not gain anything of the necromancer. So just get rid of the estate. You don't have to gain anything. You do that when you hit the coppers, but you could do it when you hit anything. Another Lost City for them. Another Lost City for me. My cargo ships have been playing nicely. I've been able to store Lost Cities in them. All 3 Lost Cities have been stored into cargo ships so far, so very good. That part has been working out well for me. Doesn't have to. My deck is not thin enough to allow for that to happen reliably, but I'm getting lucky. This is a great draw for terracubist. They know that the last card of the deck is a copper, so the Mason, Necromason gets rid of it. They gain a charm here. That's fair. They just drew their whole deck, so reasonable spot to get a charm in. Crossroads does draw me a couple cards, and that actually turns out to be very helpful because I am able to also see all of my deck, mason off a copper myself, and put a charm into my cargo ship. Alright, 3 Lost Cities come out for terracubist, so that's all the Lost Cities. Here's the Necromancer. Probably going to mason again if I had to guess. So we are slowly cleaning up with this Mason, Necromason. Yeah, it's not great trashing, but it is the only thing that we have here. They choose to spy instead, probably because the charm was there. They also discarded our cargo ship, so the last 2 cards of the deck were probably charm on cargo ship, or at least cargo ship on something. Anyways, oh, actually, that's not the only reason why they play that as spy. They were able to get up to 10 by drawing the extra card off the Necromancer to pick up 2 Lost Cities. Now, here, I know the last card of the deck is a copper, but I cannot mason it away because I need the money to also buy 2 Lost Cities. I cannot play this game with just 4 Lost Cities. That is asking to lose, I think. So I need to contest that Lost City pile. Alright. Successfully so. We split the Lost Cities 5-5. What next? Alright, let's see where terracubist takes it. You have a couple options on where to take it from here, right? You could play with the Troublemaker Cardinal. You could play with treasure maps. You could get more charms. You could get Death Guard. Those are all options available to you now that you have 5 Lost Cities. Terracubist masons off another copper. I think they are ahead on the trashing. Good for them. They've trashed 2. I think they've trashed 1 or 2 more cards than me at this point. Double cargo ship for them here. So they may be able to put 2 things in there. I know they have the charm. And again, they use the charm as plus spy here instead of gain, because the gain isn't attractive, especially now the lost city is gone. So you would want to gain 4s. But even gaining 4s are not that great. You might gain Necromancer Cardinal. That's probably the best target for the charm gain. So a charm plus buy. So after some thought here, they go after, I believe, a charm, and the terminal of choice is Cardinal. I wasn't happy to see that, because then I have to fight Cardinals with Cardinals. There's nothing else to do. Cardinals are particularly disruptive now that all the lost cities have been shared up. So once the lost cities go into exile, you cannot get them back, is effectively trashing them out the game. They stored both their charm and their cardinal in the cargo ships. I said, okay, terracubist, this is the game you chose to play, okay? So if it backfires on you, just remember, this is your choice, not mine. Anyways, so we have to fight Cardinals with Cardinals. I get to Mason off our copper here. Fortunately, I say fortunately because I don't want to lose the estate at this point. The crossroads are doing good work for me here. Do need the extra draw because I have not trashed as much as them. We take a Cardinal. One of these Cardinals does go into the cargo ship, I believe. And we take another charm. We mirror their turn completely here. Alright, here's the first Cardinal play, and we lose our lost city off the rip here. First Cardinal play nicks off our lost city. So we are not happy, of course. We are not happy. But we are happy because this is the end of the draw for terracubist. Somehow they didn't find the other lost cities in their deck, even though they have less coppers and estates in their deck. So a little bit of fortune for me in that regard. They take Crossroads and 2 more Cardinals, and I just groaned when I saw that, because this Cardinal thing is high variance. It depends on what is on top of the deck. You could just get lucky or unlucky. We'll just have to see what happens here. So we actually draw through most of the deck. I get to Mason off another copper. I knew that was a copper because of the Cardinal play. Remember, I'd flipped Lost City and copper. I play mines and I exile one of the Lost Cities. So I say, ha, that's only fair because you exiled one of mine. So now we have 4 each. And I kind of forget how charm works here. I wanted to gain 2 Cardinals, but you have to gain something different with the charm. So I undo this gain from the charm. Although I think it would have worked out given the things that I bought here anyway. I bought another Cardinal for sure. I think this is Cardinal Necromancer, so I could have done it the other way as well. But I felt like I had more flexibility with the plus buy charm instead of the gain charm. So Cardinal makes sense. Why did I get a Necromancer? I got a Necromancer because there are some ideas of using one as a spy and then one as a mason. If you see a cop on top of the deck, you could also use one to trash a Cardinal, put it in the bin so that later it can be played as another Cardinal. That's why I picked up a second Necromancer there. We now have 3 Cardinals each, 4 lost cities each. So let's see what's happening, right? The decks are very, very similar, very, very close. I have an extra Necromancer. They have a silver, they have a thinner deck. These are the only differences in the decks at this point. So let's see what happens. They play their 4 lost cities. We just have to see how many Cardinals come out here now and what they trash. So I have 2 lost cities in hand. which is good for me. The terracubist gets rid of one of their cargo ships to draw further into their deck. They probably needed to do that. Here comes the Cardinals, so they exile one of my necromancers. I choose Cardinal on this one, and then they get the other necromancer as well. It's a bit sad that both necromancers get forced into exile. I will not be able to trash anymore unless I go ahead and buy a necromancer here. Alright, so they go up to 15. They go up to 15. Last turn on my 12, I considered province and cardinal, but I decided to go for more cardinals before the province. I think I would green when the cardinal pile is thinner. So terracubist thinks that time is now. They opt to green here, so they get a province. They miss their second charm, by the way. So again, that is very helpful for me. 15 on 3 buys is much different to 15 on 2 buys here. Alright, so province with terracubist. So they start on those. And then on 7, they choose here to go for another cardinal, I believe. Is that right? Yes. So they have a 4th cardinal. And I only have 2 in my deck. One of them just went into exile. Okay, so we draw almost everything, but I know the top cards of the deck are Crossroads and Estate, so that's fine to stay on top of the deck. Let's see what my 2 cardinals hit. We hit one of their cardinals and another one of their cardinals. Okay, so we've defanged them a little bit. I take a province. I could have kept that in the cargo ship because I knew Crossroads was on top of the deck, actually, looking back. Cardinal number 4 for me. I get one of them off the discard of the exile mat. I choose to put this in the cargo ship instead. I don't know why. Well, I know why. Okay, so it becomes immune to their cardinal, but I have so many cardinals. I should have put the province in there. Second Crossroads. I think the second Crossroads is good, especially now that I'm starting to green. Okay, so let's look at these 2 cardinals. They miss on the first one, and then they hit one of my lost cities, but I said no, you could have the charm instead. My lost city is much more valuable than my charm. I still have plus buy. It's not the end of the world there. They go up to 9. I think they go up to 11 and 2 buys with the charm here, so they get another province and another Crossroads. Alright, so Crossroads draws 2, and we draw into 4 cardinals. Great. Let's see what we flip. We flip our charm. Then they exile a necromancer. No, they exile a silver. Forced to exile a lost city, and then they exile a cardinal here. So now we are ahead on the cardinals. We have 4 of them in our deck. They have just the 1, I believe, because we've exiled 3 of them. So now we are in the driver's seat here with the cardinals somehow. We were 4-2 down, then we took 2 out of their deck. We took a third one out. They take one of ours out. So now we have 3, they have 1. They drew a heap of cards with that Crossroads. I wasn't happy when I saw that at all. But the Crossroads idea in tandem with the Lost City is working out for both of us. Province number 3 for them. Okay. So this isn't a great turn, but it is a sufficient turn. We exile another one of their lost cities, so now they only have 2. Get up to 8 for province number 3 ourselves. I don't think anybody's double provincing on this board, especially now that lost cities have been removed from both decks. So this is safe, I feel. Now I put the province in the cargo ship because I know I have Crossroads coming. Okay. So again, a heaper draw with this Crossroads. Their single cardinal misses on my deck there, which is good news for me. Very, very good news for me. Crossroads is still on top of the deck somewhere. Hopefully we draw into it. Now terracubist here has, I think, they have 8. But taking the province seems bad. because I may be able to just take the province and win. I have a point lead because my necromancer missed estates. They hit more coppers than they did estates. A terracubist trashed 2 estates of the necromancer. I only trashed the 1, converted that into a crossroads early on, if you recall. So they could take the province on the 8th here and pass it back to me, but I imagine they have been tracking my deck. They probably know that I have a crossroads coming, so they may not want to take the chance on that. On the other hand, their deck is falling apart because I have more cardinals than them now. So maybe they have the idea, look, I'm not getting to 8 again, let me just take the 8 now. There is also another idea. Terracubist executes it. It is to build. You can try to rebuild your deck here and come back stronger on the next turn. So this necromancer comes down as a cargo ship with 8 and 2 buys. They have the charm now. They choose to replenish their stock of cardinals. Oh, they're mason. My apologies. They're mason, not cargo ship. Not sure why they trigger the shuffle there. They obviously have a reason for doing so. But here's the 8 and 2 buys. They get all those cardinals off their exile. So now they have 5 of them in the deck, and they get a wedding for gold. I'm not sure about the wedding. I know why they did it. It was so that they get the extra point, so that I don't have a points lead anymore. They have a gold as well, which may be helpful in buying a province. But the 3 debt means they might even have difficulty hitting province on this turn. We'll have to see. I'm not taking the province even if I can, but we'll see. It is something to think about. Okay, we missed the crossroads, because why would we hit the crossroads? That's just too easy. We do see one of our cardinals though. We exile one of their cargo ships, and we have 6. I could buy the last cardinal here, and then, you know, once the cardinals are gone, they're gone. But I figured the points are more valuable than the extra cardinal at this point. We are tied, 2 provinces left. I think we need to go full green at this point. Additionally, Duchy has the added bonus of going into exile if Cardinal flips it. If they flip my Duchy, I will happily put that into exile. So a little bit of Cardinal defense and also some points for the end game here. So I continue greening. I don't choose to build here. Okay, so 2 cardinals come out, and look at this. Tears from my eyes. 2 lost cities go off. I was playing with a big lost city advantage up until this point. Now we both have 2 of them. Before it was 4 against 2. So terracubist has to be happy about that. They pay off their debt, just get another silver. Luckily, I have both lost cities in my hand. Crossroads draws a heap, and the second crossroads draws all the way till the end. We exile their gold, exile their charm. They have no plus buy now. That is important to note. They have no plus buy, and that allows me to make a very safe play here of going province. And it doesn't even have to be Duchy because they don't have plus buy. But I choose to take the Duchy. Just maximize the points. We're going hard on these points right now. And it'll make the crossroads a little better. Again, a little bit of cardinal defense as well. So we have a big 12-point lead now. 2 lost cities for terracubist as well. Good for them. I did think about capitalism there, because we are running out of actions and we have all these cardinals. I chose to stick to the green plan instead. Alright, here's a necromancer for them as a spy. Crossroads draws some cards for them. Not that many, but they get a heap of actions. So they miss on the first cardinal. They exile one of my cardinals. Exile my penultimate lost city. Getting a little bit nervous here now that I have no draw. And they go for a charm instead of a duchy. They want to have the plus buy, right? They need a lot of points, so the plus buy is necessary for them to gain those points. No crossroads in hand here, unfortunately. I choose cargo ship instead of Cardinal because I saw them play their lost cities here, so I knew the Cardinal would not hit it. And also they played a lot of their good cards already. 2 crossroads, the 2 lost cities. Didn't want to flip the deck to get them closer to a reshuffle. Additionally, I could stick a crossroads into the cargo ship here, which may be useful for this turn. I lose another Cardinal, so now I only have 1 Cardinal, 1 lost city. Can we manage to get up to province still? Our resources are being depleted slowly. Now Terracubist has the upper hand in the Cardinal War because they replenished their stock there. 7 only. I mean 8, they weren't buying province on 8, so that this is as good as 5, right? Yeah, they just get the duchy, pass it back to me. I have the crossroads off the cargo ship. We draw 3, then we draw 4, then we draw 1,000,000. And we find enough money for the last province. Thank you to Crossroads for closing out the game for us. So that is how game 6 ends. We split this match 3-3. It's not a great result, but not a bad result for us. We are still in 5th place, even with this result. We'll have to do very well in our last match to survive C Division. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.